Tried a new Nisbel training program. It's not about weights, it's not about reps, it's about amps. Welcome back to Chrono Trigger. Found out what was on Nisbel. He does have a steel, but it's only a third eye. As you can tell, I'm not really using mine. The third eye only gives you some evasion against physical. That's about it. I like countering. But we went through prehistoric times. Isla's part of our team permanently. And we got some prehistoric stuff and got our gate key back, obviously. Something tells me we're gonna have to deal with Azala again now. She looks like one of those evil types. What we're supposed to do is go to Truce Canyon. There's a Ganondorf afoot. But I'm gonna go to Medina. I have lots and lots of money from doing paleontology. Usually it doesn't pay to do paleontology, even though it's right there in the name. But this time it did. We got lots of money to spend. And this guy down here has been gouging us. Because he doesn't like humans. You know what, I can't blame him. But then again, he does have his Unmotto here for 65 grand. And I will be taking that. Nothing is as good as his Unmotto. I mean, this flash mail, maybe. But it's not all that great. It's like plus 30 to defense. For like 150,000. The Zanmato is your best bet, especially with this section coming up. It does 50% more damage to magical creatures, like the Mystics, and a Ganondorf. And I'm sure anything else he employs will also be magical. Also, it's a really, really good weapon, because you're not meant to get that at the regular price until you obviously make the Mystics stop hating humans so much. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. Back to Truce Canyon, with a broken team and broken weapons. A broken weapon. A weapon that's more broken than the rest of them. Also, I should switch out Isla. She doesn't have any script here, and she can't really steal anything. So I could go with Robo, but let's go with the original team. The ones that came here in the first place and wrecked history. She gets a Dream Bow, she gets a Rock Helmet. I don't have anything good for her for accessory yet. And she needs tech points. I'm gonna get that haste. Also, she got some good doubles with Luca. And also Isla. We never shown off the ice toss. Obviously, she tosses ice. The battles around here have kind of left. Oh, except for those guys. They're still hanging out, playing their game. Wouldn't want to mess with them now, would we? So we got brand new stuff here, in 600 AD. Some time has passed. The market has nothing for us. Obviously we have prehistoric equipment. They won't have equipment for us. Looks like Magus is making his move. We're gonna have to check in on the bridge that's now fixed. Also, the hero with the hero medal has appeared. After you hear that news, the scenario changes. The chapter changes. It was Village of Magic. Now it's the hero appears. These chapter changes are really important for New Game Plus because if you kill Lavos during a certain chapter, you'll get a certain ending. If you beat it with the hero appears, you get a certain kind of ending. I'll be going over the endings much later though, because I actually want to cover a couple. Show them off. Speaking of which, the king is injured, and the hero has appeared. The hero I don't think has a doctorate degree. Yeah, I heard about that too. The rumor's getting around. Yes, we know, thank you. Ah, he visited the king. So that means he must be at the castle already. Anything new with this residence? Oh hey, you stopped working. The king got wounded in a battle. He's not working on the bell no more. Maybe it will. It's most certain. I come from 400 years in the future, and we have that bell just hanging out. Well, we shouldn't check in on the castle just yet, because we do have to trigger something at the bridge. And I just remembered it. The Xenon Bridge is fixed, but we can't cross it. There's a battle going on right now. They're trying to re-break the bridge. Also, the Knight Captain is having some problems. They're waiting for the hero, and also some food supplies. They're gonna do the me is team thing. Sacrifice yourself for the hero, he's more important than you. Anyway, back through here. You know, considering the enemies don't exactly increase in level as the game goes on, what's the point of making me go through this forest so much? I ask you. Because, you know, maybe your past life was maybe a Square employee, I don't know. Yep, it's me. I have some business with the castle. So, let's check in on the king first, because there's a hero around, and also, hey! I hate your ancestors. What are they? Descendants. I always get that confused. Your relative caused a lot of problems, man. Maybe I should end him now. Nah. I mean, the king has enough problems. Someone has to be running the place while he's laid up. I don't think the queen's gonna do it. She's busy tending to him. To what? She's perfectly healthy. Cyrus was here. Can't really talk to the king now, everybody's in my way. There we go. They can't find Cyrus. Now there's a boy with a medal. So it's kind of like a Link. He's on the southern continent, looking for the sword that could beat Ganondorf. He's looking for the Master Sword. So this isn't officially a Nintendo game, there's a Link fighting Ganondorf. Somehow it always goes back to Zelda with me. Oh, that boy's got it handled, I'm pretty sure. I mean, 400 years in the future, we didn't do any meddling there, and it turned out okay. We had a Millennial Fair recently. Still are. You know, in a different time period. Also, we need to check in on the supplies. The chef is quite busy at the moment. Look at all the dust trails. So his brother is the Knight Captain, while he's just a chef. No one appreciates the essential people, do they? He's being a little gripey, though. He should do his job. Now we'll let him get to work. Obviously, he's quite busy at the moment. He has a king to tend to and all that. Everybody has to tend to this king, except for the soldiers. Thank you for the single jerky! Yep, he gave his own brother the old spicy jerky. And he gave us a power tab. I could use that on my robot. Well, he intends to. I didn't think he went out there to die. Then again, I know nothing of his particular future. It wasn't that detailed. I don't know if the Knight Captain dies. He might be in for a tragedy. Well, let's lessen that tragedy by getting these guys their spicy jerky. I really hope they like spicy food, because that's all they're getting. One piece of jerky. This'll feed an army. Yeah, it's totally for you. Apologies in advance. Nope, food is food. With one jerky! I love that. You give them a single jerky, and somehow that just feeds all of them. I mean, Ted Woolsey only had 30 days. I'm gonna keep reminding you of that. That doesn't sound good. Let me guess, Magus Invasion? What good are you soldiers for, anyway? You can't stop a single monster? Surely this army is, like, outmatched by these mystics. How the heck did they win this war without us getting involved? They had some kind of hero back then, but he's not showing up anymore. Somebody else mucking with the timeline? Yeah, sure. Since this Cyrus fellow isn't going to show up. Also, he has an item for us. The Gold Helm. Surprisingly, this is better than the Rock Helm. Because it's made out of gold. Not by much, though. Only about 3 defensive points. It would have been a bigger upgrade if we did this in order. So the Mystics are actually skilled in martial combat. Overwhelming these soldiers like crazy. Well, I mean, isn't the hero a mere mortal? You guys are downplaying yourselves, just gotta say. Just learn some magic. We'll be fine. Or maybe not. And there's Fat Piccolo. He could only use the normal beam cannon. He looks like a guy that dines on the heads of bats. We're gonna have to fight with Ozzy and his minions. His band, as you would say. There's 2 ways you could do this. You could focus on Ozzy, who is magical resistant, or the deceased, which are physical resistant. I like going for the ringleader. Once you do enough damage to him, his spell breaks and they die anyway. I think you still get the same amount of experience and tech points, though. Ooh, Ice Sword. That'll be handy for smacking Ozzy. I like that they have accent. What would you call that? Right there, where it said Wimpser. The weird pronunciation. What would you call that? Whatever you call it, I like it. Oh, he's even using the deceased against the enemy. His enemy. Which is currently us right now. Well, I got myself an Ice Sword. I might as well use it. I wonder if this counts as physical, or magical. Also, Luca has her own spells. His Protect spell has been improved in the Plus version. All the buff spells will do this. Oh yeah, he's magical resistant. Casting a buff spell will affect the whole party instead. That kinda did downplay the whole ability to buff someone if you could only do it one at a time. There's no, like, Aga version of it that'll do the entire party. So it's good that they added that in, even though it makes it a little bit more overpowered now. Because now you can give a damage buff a debuff to everybody. You know what I mean. And also haste gets ridiculous too. Alright, Ozzy, we're overpowered for this. Maybe you got this backwards. Maybe you're reading ahead in the script? That's supposed to be our line. Oh no, it's a skeleton Voltron! He's combining the power of skull jobs and boners! I think we can take that. It's Zombor! Obviously this boss fight is not going to be as hard as Nizbel. But the top part will absorb fire, lightning, and wind slash attacks, so use ice on that. And use fire on the bottom because it absorbs water, ice, and shadow. It doesn't absorb that well though, so I can napalm it, show off a new move, and kill the head instantly. The head only had about like 960 HP, we just tore that a new one. Well, the head had like flamethrowers and a doom laser, other fun things like HP steals, and the MP buster that you saw he used on Chrono. He uses that when it dies. Sometimes if you kill it with a physical attack, it won't do the counter on death. The lower body has an earthquake. It can grab somebody and powerbomb them. It could do the whole doom thing, but it doesn't do anything. It's supposed to trigger the upper body to do a laser beam. But it can't do it. Also, it has this ability that it can like suck somebody into the pelvis and like stab them with their crotch. Don't ask too much into it. There's obviously like a little face on the pelvis. You see it there? So once you kill the upper body, Zombor is really painless. He loses a lot of his big abilities. I didn't expect to crit and then annihilate him. 2 suns are still here. I wonder if they could clone soldiers on this bridge, or is it gonna be later? Some type of time thing. Well, the Knight Captain kind of effed off in a hurry. He didn't even stand back to say, wow, you just kicked the crap out of that zombie thing. Alright, whatever. They'll go and deal with their own problems. This town is not in 1000 AD. I wonder what happened to it. It's Dorino. Yeah, you should stay inside. There's zombies everywhere. They're trying to stay-at-home thing. Sir Cyrus didn't desert the kingdom. I'm pretty sure he's a hero. Yeah, and I have a sword that kills arcane magic. I'll take care of that. Yeah, he was, actually. Well, you got a queen yet? There's that. Ah! Last time this didn't happen. Yeah, sure, let's trade. I'm serious, when I played this game before, this dialogue didn't trigger. Didn't get my Naga bromide for this. I was all prepared to tell you, hey, the game kinda broke. But yeah, he's a horny old man. He wants Naga pictures, and gives us a magic tab. Seriously, that didn't trigger before. Oh well, it triggered now, I got a magic tab, that's great. It must have been a glitch. Just like, you know, that bucket that didn't work before. Yeah, about that hero. His little kid. Well, here's the Dorino market. Nothing impressive. Thanks. Thanks for nothing. Anything else around here? Let's speak with the Dorino Elder. Well, we just walked in on a conversation. Rainbow Shell. Toma! Ooh, do I have bad news for him? Well, he's just been paid to go find something called the Rainbow Shell. As we all know from 1000 AD, when we went to Chorus, that does not go out so well for him. But they're making magic reflective armor. That'll help in the war. That depends. Maybe he found a rainbow shell and just died trying to get it back. Who knows? Maybe he got some help from 3 time-traveling adventurers. Ozzy, Flea, and Slash. Man, what a jolly band they must be. You're getting the reference they're going for here, right? They rock out loud. Magus' lair is on an island. Can't get to it by sea. So how did the hero do it? With the Master Sword known as Masamune. Masamune? Masamune? Man, that name's been article of contrition since time immemorial. Didn't we have any information about a wind? Like wind things. Can you tell me about wind? Nah. When did these people tell us about wind energy? I think I might have skipped over it. Maybe it's in this area. I don't think I've been to the inn yet. Everybody is relying on this hero. So much pressure. Masamune is on Ganondorf Mountain. So there's a battle gauntlet. This nun is preparing for the worst in her own way. Ah, here we go. If something is building up wind power, use your wind slash on it. That'll destroy the wind power. That's a big hint for later. Also, we haven't met Toma. How about a cider? Isn't that what you like? There's some dangerous frogs in the southern woods. But that's it. I just bought you a cider, man. You should give me more information than that. Yes, we get it. Magus is an evil Ganondorf. Well, we might as well take a rest. Did you just see on the top of the screen? They really did just kick somebody out of bed so we could sleep in it. There's a person there with blue boots on. You saw them move for like a split second. He ruined somebody's nap. Now that's Dorino. Clearly they get raised in the future and maybe absorbed into either Poor or Truce or something. There's another house we haven't seen. Fiona! Oh, that's bad news. Considering the state of the forest in the future, that does not go in our favor. And over here, up here, is Denadora Mountain, where the Masamune is. I'm calling it the Masamune. Do not have an argument with me about this. Because Masamune, like owl swords, will cut you wide open. Don't mess around with Masamunes. Oh, good old Poor. Same as it ever was. This is not my beautiful market. Yeah, you do that. Not military material. So they have some items here. This gold plate's actually pretty good, but it doesn't have the fire resist of a ruby vest. So I'll just get a couple of these. Like... one for Marl, really. She's the squishiest here now. Even though she's wearing a ruby vest as we speak. Haha, it's the meme number. On Marl. Enjoy. Should check out the Elder's house here, too. Tata? I don't know who this Tata kid is. This is important for later. I'll give you a little bit of a spoiler. She's related to a certain mayor in our timeline, 1000 AD. Do something nice for her. Maybe she'll teach her children to be nice. Just saying. Tata has the hero medal. Well, now he's relevant to my interests. He must be an awesome kid with the Triforce of Courage. Oh yeah, by the way, that box is evil and I can't open it either. You guys are screwed with an evil cursed box. Anything more here? This is just part of the Elder's house, really. So we got some information that Tata has the thing, but let's go everywhere else but Tata's first. If you say that so many times, it just sounds dirty. A strange monster looking for Queen Lean and the Masamune. It was a frog! He ain't no monster. I know him quite well. He was dressed like a knight, wasn't he? He was speaking to ye olde English. I just heard the latest, didn't I? Well, Tata's from this village, of Poor. Toma, you move fast. Your news better be good this time, man. Now he's having a soda. He tracked down the rainbow shell. That's good news. It's on an island. Well, looks like you're going on an ocean adventure. Beat up monsters. That's what I would do. Go to 65 million BC and hunt. If you find a Gastornis and leave it alive, I'll pay you extra. Yep, Tata. Tata everywhere. There's Tatas all over the place. He has a medal for us. I'm mugging this kid. Yep, it's in the family, apparently. Did you kill any ancient monsters lately? Maybe this guy did. So his family is over the moon about him being the legendary hero, but I don't see a Tata anywhere. He's out being a rascal. Beating up monsters, getting high-leveled. farming those mighty bitey snakes. There's an enemy ambush here! You could just go past all these frogs and snakes, though, if you're careful. But there is a rare enemy in here that shows up from time to time. You could find a new in here, but the new won't fight you when you talk to him. You've got to get into a battle around him. Otherwise, he just says things to you. And it's the exact same new from 65 million BC. It gives you a lot of tech points, and you can steal a mop off him if you want to. Otherwise, it's just frogs everywhere. And a secret passage! Chrono gave us the clue. Who lives in this miserable hole in the ground? Well, whatever they are, they have one less magic scarf. Oh, hey, it's you! He really must be related to Mr. Marvelous. That's it? You're just gonna gloat now? Yeah, the king's been injured. Do you know any medicine? Well, he can't do anything about it, and neither can we. Maybe it's gotta run its course. Poor guy. He's not the hero, and now he's depressed. Well, maybe we'll find this Tata kid and they could, like, team up. That'd be awesome. The kid and a cursed frog. Finding the magic sword. First we gotta find a Tata, and he's clearly not here. I don't want to battle any of those enemies. They're just like powered-up versions of enemies we fought before. Except for that frog. But we'll fight the frogs later. So we have a new goal in mind. We're gonna have to find Tata, get the Masa Moon, and eventually get to fight a Magus. Hey, did you know Tata's the hero? Good night, folks.